The Lolo Body Bar by Barmaids is an addictive and oh so decadent head-to-toe moisturizer made with all natural skin-loving butters and oils. This amazing bar is most definitely one item that belongs in every fiber artist's stash. Working with yarns and fibers can be so rewarding even while it steals your moisture and leaves you raw. Lolo by Barmaids is luxurious, creamy, smooth, and so good for your skin. It's easy to use, and there's never any leftover residue that could destroy your latest masterpiece. Protect and soothe your capable, beautiful, creative hands. Trust me, just try the Lolo Bar. The results speak for themselves. Hi, and welcome to Knitting Blooms. Today is Saturday, May 26th, and this is episode number 56. Yep, 56. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad that you have decided to join me today. I'm going to try and make this show shorter since last week we were at an hour and a half and there was 2 parts. Because we don't really need another hour and a half show. And number 2, I don't have much to show you. So I'm going to distract you with prizes and stash enhancement. This week, I haven't done a lot of knitting. I think the thing is that I have kind of felt like there's certain projects that I need to do, like I still have 2 more hats that I have to do for Knitting for Hire. Again, it's not, excuse me, please do not eat that. It's not that I don't want to do them, it's just that I really want to work on other things, but I feel like I need to get those done, so it's almost like I don't want to work on anything, because if I'm not working on that, I figure I shouldn't be knitting. It's kind of one of those things where it's something held over my head that I feel like I have to do, but I don't really want to do, so I haven't been working on anything. But I did start one of the projects this week, and hopefully I can power through it and actually get some other knitting done. Last week I talked about going to a spinning guild meeting in Royal Oak at the Unique Knits, and I did go to that on Thursday evening, and it was quite nice. There was, I think, around 18 people or so. And I believe that it was only their second meeting, so they're still trying to get organized and figure things out, you know, as far as how they're going to run their meetings and that sort of thing. But it was fun to be in on the beginning stages of a spinning guild meeting. So that was fun, and I am going to plan on going back each month. I think it's the 3rd Thursday of the month, and it's on a Thursday evening after work, so it works out perfectly. What else have I done this week? Not a lot of knitting again. We got our insulation installed yesterday. We thought that there was going to be a problem again. We tore down the ceiling, about a 4-foot section of the angled part of the ceiling, and they arrived yesterday morning, and they looked up in the upper flat part of the attic where they were saying that they would have to get up to get to the peak of the house, and they're like, oh, I don't know, we might not be able to get up in that area. And so we were a little frustrated at the beginning, but as it turned out, they were able to stick the injection wand up through the hole that we made in the angled part of the ceiling, and everything worked out fine. We haven't been able to really determine how much it's helping yet, because today it's like 70 degrees right now. Yesterday it got pretty hot, and usually when it's like it was close to 90 degrees outside, or it was 90 degrees, maybe a little over. And usually when it gets that hot, it gets to be over 95 degrees upstairs. and that didn't happen. However, we did put a fan in the window. It was about 91 degrees when they finished up, and it was about 91 degrees up there, and then when we put the fan in the window to kind of suck some of that air out, the temperature really didn't go down much, so it was hard to really tell how much it helped so far. But we have the fan in the window up there right now, and we'll see when it starts to get warmer how much it helps. So, and then this weekend is a holiday weekend, so I had yesterday off of work for the installation, and then we also have Monday off, so it's a nice 4-day weekend for us. So I'm hoping to get a lot done this weekend because I didn't get a lot done this week. So I'll talk about what my goals are for this week when I get to works in progress. The April and May cowl, the knit along, you do have until May 31st to post your finished projects. I will keep that thread open. I will probably lock the thread sometime on June 1st. So make sure that you get your finished object pictures posted to the thread before the June 1st. And then I will do a drawing next Saturday for prizes for that. And also, starting June 1st, we are starting a Charity June knit along. So if you are interested in knitting something for charity, you can start knitting June 1st. And when you have finished whatever it is you're knitting, post a picture in the thread, which I will also set up around the same time that I set up, or that I close the thread for the May knit along. I will set up the thread for the June knit along, and just post your finished objects in that thread. You can post as many finished objects as you do, and all I ask is that you post a picture of the finished object and a link to the charity that you're doing, because some people may not know about a specific charity. Mickey? 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 What are you doing over there? Stop chewing on plastic. Come over here and talk to me. Come here, cookies. Sit on my lap for a minute. So anyway, we're trying to get him on a, he's not really on a diet, but he's still eating like 2 cans of food a day. And it's really kind of concerning me. So I'm trying to wean him down to no more than 1.5 cans of food a day. And now it seems like he wants to eat everything, including my show notes. Okay, maybe you need a snack, I guess. We shouldn't try and put you on a diet. No. All right. He's going to be the star of the show this morning. And actually, I'm getting a late start this morning because I went to take a shower earlier and we had no hot water. And I'm like, okay, great, just what we need. But as it turns out, it was just the pilot light on the hot water heater, and we just had to wait for it to heat back up again. But I was thinking, oh great, now we just got the insulation, spent all the money on that, and now we're going to have to buy a hot water heater. But Steve thinks it was when we put the whole house fan in the window upstairs, the draft that fan uses to suck the air out of the house caused the pilot light to go out. I don't know if that's what happened, but it did. It went out and I had no hot water. Alright, so let's see. Since Mickey's on my lap and I can't really show you the prizes for the Podiversary, I'm going to go start with the barmaid's drawing, since I don't really have to show you anything for that. So again, this week we had a barmaids giveaway. In fact, we only have 2 more weeks of barmaids giveaways. So if you are a vendor and are interested in sponsoring the show, get in contact with me and we can talk about a sponsorship starting in 3 weeks. So yeah, barmaids, I'm still in love with the product. I will always be in love with the product. I use my Lolo bars daily. Are you just going to keep licking me? I use my Lolo bars daily and I love them. I really can't say enough about them. You have 2 more weeks to win after this week, and then you're going to need to buy your own Lolo bar. Are you going to sit still for a minute? So anyway, the winner of this week's $15 off coupon, he's got a wicked tail. The winner of this week's $15 off coupon is number 4, and I'm not sure how to pronounce her Ravelry name. It's Nenatokk, and her name is Gail. So Gail, congratulations on winning this week's coupon. Get in contact with me on Ravelry, PM me, and I will send you your coupon code. So, barmaids, yay. Hopefully Mickey's not going to go and eat anything. Please don't touch the camera. Alright, let's go ahead and do the drawing for the featured designer, or in this case, featured dyer, which was Delusional Knitter. And again, she has her own podcast. This is the prize for this week for the prize thread that I put up. It is her Revelations colorway, and it's superwash merino and 25% nylon. 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And the winner of this lovely skein is number 81, weesheep, and her name is Julia. So congratulations, Julia. You have won this skein of yarn. Email me or PM me on Ravelry with your mailing address, and I will get this in the mail to you. This week's mail is going to be expensive because I have lots of prizes to ship. So there you go. You have won that skein of lovely goodness. And while we are talking about the featured segment this week, I'm going to announce the next feature, and that is Spin Monkeys. And she has an Etsy shop, and she will be the featured crafter for the next 3 weeks. And I have just a few of the items that she has in her shop right now. She sells both see, this is what happens when the cats don't eat. They throw up. So Mickey's over here puking. Not that you really cared to hear about that, but it happens. So I guess I need to go get him a snack. So I gotta clean up puke and get a snack, and then I will be back. Sorry. Okay. Seriously, I don't know if it's a tactic that my cats have of getting me to do what they want me to do, or get me to feed them, but it seems like they all do that. If I don't feed them, if they're telling me that they're hungry and I don't feed them right away, they puke. I don't know. If somebody knows if that's like a medical thing that cats do, that when they're hungry and they don't get fed right away, let me know. Because it's so frustrating. Anyway, back to Spin Monkeys. She is the featured crafter this week, and she's doing an update at 4 p.m. today. So you have time. Well, actually, I don't even know if this is going to be posted by 4 p.m. today, because right now it's 1:15. And as soon as we're done here, we've got some errands to run, and it might not get posted till later. So hopefully you hear about this quick enough and you can get over there and get some goodness. But she has quite a bit of loveliness in her store right now. I think I started to tell you that she does both fiber and yarn, and she does sport weight. I'm not sure if she does worsted. She has sport weight here, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if she does fingering. Let me look at her sales and see if she does fingering weight. Oh, and there is a coupon code. It is KBFREE for free domestic shipping. I can show you some of the, here are some of the things that she's sold recently. So you can see. These are all things that have been, oops, what did I do? I pushed something. These are all things that have been sold recently, so they are not currently available, but it kind of gives you a broader spectrum of what she does. And like I said, she does both yarn and fiber, and I do see some sock yarn here, so she does do fingering. I'm still not certain about worsted yet, though. Let's see what's on this page. It looks like it might just be fiber, sock weight, and sport. So there you go. And like I said, she has lots of lovely goodness in her shop, and she will be doing an update today at 4 p.m. Saturday the 26th at 4 p.m. And I have a skein of yarn that she has donated for a giveaway. Here, let me just show you her card. There's her card. And this is the skein of yarn. She had it all wrapped up all pretty like a little piece of candy, so I didn't want to take it all the way out of the thing. And it is a sport weight. And this is her Tailspin Sport, and her colorway is wintergreen, and it's a couple different shades of green and blue. So that will be given away in 2 more weeks. So I will be setting up a thread on the group for you to enter to win that. And I'm going to just wrap it back up again so that I can keep it all pretty and nice and safe. Like I said, she had it all wrapped up in like a little piece of candy, like that. So that is the featured crafter this week. I just ordered stuff from her. Actually, I can go to her sales page and show you what I ordered. I ordered these 2. And one of those I'm going to spin myself. This one on this side I'm going to spin myself. And this one I'm going to give away as a prize at some point. Maybe during Tour de Fleece. So, there you go. Go check out Spin Monkey's shop on Etsy and see what she has. Okay. Let's talk about the Potiversary. Oops. Let me turn it off. I have the last drawing today for the Potiversary prizes, and I will start by showing you the prizes. The first prize is another set of cards. These are different cards than the cards that were won a couple weeks ago. So I'll quickly show you. I did a lot of cards before, and actually I'm really getting excited about doing some more. And I just ordered some stamps that I'm going to make some cards for a special someone to be named later. And these are the cards. I think there's 15 or so cards here. And the winner of these lovely cards is going to be, I'm going to just finish showing you really quickly all of the cards. There is birthday cards, and there's thank you cards, and then there is plain note cards, and there's lots of cards in this stack here. Okay, so there's all the cards, and the winner is number 232, and it's Melessaknits, and her name is Melessa. So Melessa, congratulations, you have won those lovely cards. So get in contact with me, and I will get those sent out to you this week. That's prize number 1. Prize number 2 is this lovely skein of Effervesce lace merino. Yep. And I took this from my stash. I think it is a beautiful, beautiful color. But I bought some things I bought because I thought, how many pink somethings or bright color somethings do I need? But I've decided that I just want to do bright stuff. So I am letting this go from my stash. And the winner of this lovely skein of Effervesce lace merino is number 160, Deb Knits 2, and that's Debbie. So congratulations, Debbie, you have won this lovely bit of goodness. I feel like I'm rushing through this, but I do want to make the show a little shorter this week. Prize number 3 is going to be this book from Interweave Knits. And I have 2 copies of this book. And it is a fabulous book. It has the Icarus shawl in it, which is oh so popular. What else does it have in here that's really pretty popular? There's this cute little sweater. There's all sorts of wonderful, wonderful patterns in here. A cabled sweater, a lace, a nice big lace sweater. There's lots of different things. Everything, I think there's something in here for everyone. Bags, it's wonderful, this book. And I happen to have 2 copies because I think my mom bought a copy and she gave it to me, and then I had 2 copies. So I am giving this book away to lucky number 36, who is rbowler, and her name is Rachel. So congratulations, Rachel, you have won this Interweave Knits book, Best of Interweave Knits. And I've done this Icarus shawl, and it is a really awesome shawl. I love it. And in fact, I probably will do another one at some point. And I think it is an excellent lace project for a beginner lace knitter. The next prize, yep, more than 3, I decided that I was just going to go all out. The next prize is another goodie bag from Knittopia. And there's lots and lots of goodies in here. I'm not really going to show everything. I kind of showed some things in previous episodes. There's a couple of different pattern books. This pattern book and this pattern book. What else? There's a magazine, some fiber samples. Guess what? A Lolo bar. We have some fiber wash and lots of little knick-knacky things, stitch markers and yarn samples and whatnot. So the winner of this Knittopia project, or Knittopia goodie bag, is number 18, Samantha, I think it's Samantharenae 01, and her name is Samantha. So congratulations, you have won this fabulous goodie bag from Knittopia, and you will love all of the stuff that is in that bag. Lots and lots of wonderful things. And the last prize is 7 skeins of this Knit Picks Memories. If you recall, I was trying to determine, I don't know, that's an extra piece of string. I was trying to determine which, I guess it was the Pamua shawl. I was either going to use this yarn or the Araucania yarn, and I decided to use, well, between me and everybody who voted on the thread, the Araucania yarn was the one that was chosen. So I have decided to give this one away, and there is 7 skeins of this yarn, and there are 220 yards in each skein, and I believe it is a fingering weight yarn. Yes. And it is Knit Picks Memories in the colorway Spring Prairie. So awesome, awesome. And the winner of this prize is going to be number 107, Beardy Love. And that is Julie. So congratulations to everyone for all the prizes that you have won. Lots and lots of prizes. I am still reading through the thread on that Potiversary thing. I haven't finished reading everybody yet. I will finish reading them. I do a little bit at a time because it does get overwhelming. There's like 224 posts in the thread. But I'm trying to keep up on other threads as well. And I do need time to knit and spin, so I try not to spend too much time on the computer or on Ravelry, but it is hard sometimes. So those are all the wonderful prizes this week, and thank you again for all your comments about the Potiversary, about my birthday, all the birthday wishes, everything. I really appreciate it. I mean, I do the show for you as much as I do it for myself. Probably more so for you, because I could just videotape it myself and keep it as my own video diary for my knitting. But I post it out on the internet for everybody else to see, so I guess I do it more for you than for me. So, what's next? I will talk about my non-knitting. We'll start with the Effervesce socks. I did a couple rows and a heel. So here's my stitch marker from last week, my Dicky-Doo. And I did a couple rows and my heel. Now, I ran into a bit of a problem because I thought I wanted to make the feet on these socks a little bit longer. I usually make the feet on my socks before I start the short row heel. Wow, this seems really cockeyed. I wonder why. That's weird. I'm gonna need to check that out. Oh, I know why. Because I moved some stitches around. It is cockeyed. I don't have the same number of stitches on both sides because of how the pattern works. What I need to do is I need to move some of these stitches onto the front. Anyway, but what I wanted to do was make the foot a little longer. I usually make the feet of my sock about 7 to 7¼ inches before I start the short row heel. I think I was a little bit shy of 7 inches on these, and I thought that I would be able to just continue up the leg pattern and not and before I did the short row heel, but it started to get a little messy with the cables on the side, because almost immediately the cables on the side of the leg start happening. So I decided that I'd have to just do the foot the way it was. Now, I did try it on, and it seems to be okay, but I've done like 2 rows, maybe 3, of the leg since doing the short row heel. So I don't really have a full grasp on whether it's going to work or not. I should have gotten more done on this project, but I just didn't. But there you go. I still love the pattern. Obviously, it is not going to be done for the end of the month for the knit along, but that's okay because I did the Pamua shawl and that worked out fine. And speaking of the Pamua shawl, I did not block it. After recording last week, I realized we're sleeping after Sunday. We've been sleeping in the spare room, which is what I usually use for my blocking area, to kind of be able to close the door so the cats can't get to it. So I have no place to block stuff right now. Okay, here we go again with Cody. Cody. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. No, I can't see him. I hope he doesn't get himself in trouble. Anyway, so I have no place to block. I should have blocked it on Saturday before we started sleeping in the spare room, but I didn't think about it until afterwards, and then we're already sleeping there. And because we have the upstairs closed off and stuff, I didn't want to close off that bedroom, so I've been letting the cats stay in there during the day. So the shawl has not been blocked. What are you doing? I don't know if you hear all that, but I know you had to have heard that. He's walking across and knocking the stuff off. I have stuff stacked up there, and he's just knocking it all off. So now I'll have to go and clean up that mess. Anyway, this is what I get for not giving them a snack before I recorded. They had their breakfast. Mickey only got us, I was trying to wean him off a little bit less breakfast, and that obviously did not work. So, but everybody else had their breakfast. I don't know what he's thinking that he's going to do over there. Anyway, so those are my Effervesce socks. Not much progress on that. And not much progress on the Just Ducky socks either. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go again. Not so ducky. I'm losing stitches. I guess I shoved them in the bag. And some stitches are escaping. Let's see. Okay. Got them. I need to be more careful with that. Anyway, the Just Ducky socks got about 6 rows. Again, like I said, I haven't done much knitting this week. At work, I have been playing a little bit of Sims, but not a huge amount. My boss was in the office one day, all day, having a meeting, so I couldn't even knit or do anything while that meeting was going on. It was crazy. So that's my knitting. Just Ducky, and about 6 rows on Just Ducky, and about a heel and about 2 more rows, or maybe a little bit more than that, on Effervesce socks. Hopefully this week will be more knitting. I also said that I had started another project, and it is the second Fornicating Reindeer hat that I am knitting. And I did get a good bit of progress on this week. This is the outside. This is one of those hats that has an inside layer and an outside layer. So this is the outside layer. Right there. This is the appropriate side, and then the other side that I'll do second is the inappropriate side. So I've made a decent progress on this. I'm hoping this weekend I can get through the rest of this side. I have one more chart and then basically the decreases. I think the chart is like 12 rows. Right now I'm on just some plain color rows, and then I think there's like 6 rows like between charts, 3 to 6 rows between charts, and then you start the second chart, and then pretty much right after the second chart you start the decreases. There might be a couple rows, I think, after the second chart, and then I start the decreases. So my goal is to get this, at least this side of the hat completed, which is basically, with this hat, you're basically knitting 2 hats. Cody, can you please come over here? Come here. Good boy. Come here. Come up here. Come here. I know. Okay. Here's Cody. At least some of the times when I call them, they listen. Yes, we don't want you playing with the TV. You're a good boy. So yeah, with this pattern, you're basically knitting 2 hats so that they go inside one another. So it's like knitting 2 hats. Not that hats take a lot of work, but anyway. Oh, and I wanted to show you. I think with one of my orders, please don't chew on that. One of my orders to barmaids, I'm sorry, I received a stitch marker with the barmaids logo on it. I'm not sure if you could see that. I can't lean up quite as close as I'd like to because I gotta have a cat on my lap. So yeah, I'd like to get the outside of this hat completed this weekend. That will be a little bit off my mind. This is one of the projects that has kind of been hanging over my head for a bit, and I've just put off starting it because I really didn't want to work on it. I really didn't want to knit it because I already did this project once, and it's not as fun the second time, a lot of times. So I got that project started. My next project that I would like to get started is my Rhinebeck sweater, which, let me see if I can you just sit still, please? Just a moment, please. Oops, oops. This is the sweater that I'm going to be doing for Rhinebeck. And I'm doing it in a bright pink somewhere below me that I can't see. I have my yarn. It is this. I've actually wound up the first skein, which is progress, because I had 3 skeins in my bag, and none of them were wound up until yesterday. So I wound up the first skein, so that is ready. I do need to get my needles together because I was going to start it the other day, and I didn't have any needles in the bag, which I thought I had put needles in the bag, but I guess I had forgotten the needles, and I need to collect the needles to put in the bag, and then I can start it. I will probably start with the sleeve, and use that as a gauge swatch, probably. I've used this yarn, similar yarn before, so I'm pretty sure that I can just look back at the other project and go with whatever needle size I used on that project. I have to make sure that the gauge was the same. So I'd like to get this project started. I would like to do a couple of squares on my sock yarn blanket that hasn't had any love in a couple of weeks, and I would like to start at least one preemie cap because I've been talking about doing preemie caps for a while. I know that in June I'm going to try and do some preemie caps, and I don't know what else yet, but going to definitely be working on some charity items in June. So, yeah, that's all the knitting. Not a whole lot of knitting going on. Spinning, there wasn't much spinning going on until yesterday. Yep, until yesterday. I think I might have done a little bit of, oh yeah, I did some spinning Thursday night at the spinning group, but then I spun a little bit yesterday while we were waiting for the insulators to finish up. I have been working on my Giggle jelly. I'm going to try and lift this up for you, but this is what I have left. There's not that much left in here. I'm going to guess probably, I have no idea actually. I think less than an ounce left. And I think I can get that done this weekend. And there it is on the bobbin. And so I have been working on that. Sit still, sit still. I have not done any more on my fiber study. I still have my bobbins in my bags that need to be plied. I'm hoping I can get those plied this weekend. How come is it that every time I touch fiber I get it on my nose? I'm hoping to get those plied this weekend. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm just going to say I'm hoping. My main goal is to get the Giggle jelly. I'd really like to get that completed this weekend so I can start plying it sometime midweek, maybe. Yeah, so, alright, so let's talk about stash enhancement. I have a few things. One thing that I purchased that I was enabled. People see stuff and they just want to enable me. Is this yarn from Spinning Fates. And it is her Elsa base, which is superwash merino, 10% cashmere and 10% nylon. And this is her garden party colorway. And of course, I think it was Lois from Knitting's My Bag who plurked about it and said, I must look at this. And I did. And I bought it. I think, I want to say that this is my first cashmere, my first yarn that has cashmere in it. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think maybe it is. So I'm excited to be able to try that out. I'm still stalking the Spinning Fates website for some more of that yarn that I really love. I forget the base name of it. It starts with an M. I think the reason I forget it because I don't know how to pronounce it. So that is one lovely bit of goodness. I still haven't even posted on my Ravelry page all the stuff that I bought last week. The next thing is from Gnome Acers. There's the card, Gnome Acers. And I got some fiber in the Knittables Franklin colorway. And I love it. I've seen so many people spinning this up and it really looks awesome when it's spun up. I saw Diane's spun up. I saw a couple other people's. And although these aren't colors that I would specifically gravitate to, the bright orange and the bright yellow, I think will make everything pop. And I'm looking forward to spinning this up. I have not yet decided if I'm going to Navajo ply it or if I'm going to try and split it in half and two-ply it. Haven't decided yet. I don't know when I'm going to be able to spin this up, but hopefully sometime soon. It's just like every time I get something, I want to do it right away, but then there's other things that I've had in my stash longer that I really need to do first. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and do some of those things first. Try and do a first in, first out thing. And now that I've got my Ravelry page to try and keep it up to date, I can go back and sort things by date entered, and it kind of gives me an idea what I had in my stash longer. Also from Gnome Acres, I purchased these 2 yarns. This one, this one's Birdie Bolts, and it is gorgeous. I love it. It's so many different colors, like a turquoisey color, a purpley color, a burnt orange kind of color, a green. There's so many colors in there. And then Arthur Weasley, greens and blue, or greens and purple, or greens and pinks. I love it. I almost bought this in fiber too, but decided that one was enough. I could go with the one. And Cody is shedding on me, and now shedding onto my yarn. Oh my goodness. What are we going to do? So those are my stash enhancements for this week. I also have more stash enhancements coming. So I can't remember. I know that there's at least one thing coming. That would be my finger. I'd like to keep it attached to my hand. Thank you. Crazy. Do you need a snack time? Is that what it is? So that's about all I have for you today. I think it was a little bit, not quite a short show, but not an extremely long show either. I mentioned Tour de Fleece. That's coming up. I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to open up a thread, and you can kind of show your progress on whatever you're spinning during that time frame. And I'm going to do prizes. It's going to be something simple like that. It's not going to be an official Tour de Fleece team or anything like that. So anything you're spinning during that time, just post a picture. Tell us about it. Tell us where you got it, kind of thing. And there will be prizes. What else? I think that's it. I got a lot to do this afternoon. Again, we got some errands to run. Then we might be going out to a late lunch, early dinner. And then I will get back and get the show posted for you. So I'll have all of that done. And hopefully it'll be nice enough this evening where I can sit out on the deck and have a margarita with my husband, which is what we did last night, which was awesome. We sat out on the deck for the first time this year. And I had a margarita, he had a sangria, we ate some chips and salsa. It was just a nice, relaxing evening. I'm hoping to have the same again today. So, thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you took the time out to watch the show. I hope you're enjoying the show. Hopefully next week I'll have more knitting progress for you. Or at least spinning, plying. You know, I show you my Giggle jelly and you've been seeing the same thing for months now. So hopefully I'll have something plied for you next week. And hopefully I'll have some more progress on my knitting. So, that's all for now. I hope your knitting blooms this week, and I hope you have a great week. Happy holiday for Memorial Day for those of you in the U.S. And for those of you not in the U.S., I hope you enjoy your weekend even still. So, bye for now.